So we talked a couple weeks ago about the bad idea that is Michael Bloomberg running for president. Michael Bloomberg is a billionaire, longtime Republican turned Democrat. He owns the Bloomberg TV channel, the Bloomberg News organization, and he is way, way richer than Trump. We don't know exactly how Trump rich is. We assume he's exaggerating. But if Trump is a billionaire, Bloomberg is like a turbo billionaire with a net worth reportedly of more than 54 billion US dollars. We told you a couple of weeks ago, Bloomberg was thinking about running for president. He now is running for president as a Democrat in the Democratic primary. Now, according to the latest Morning Consult poll, Bloomberg is already polling 2%. In an average of recent polls, Bloomberg is already polling ahead of Tom Steyer, Amy Klobuchar, Cory Booker, Julian Castro, and has tied Tulsi Gabbard after just a few days in the race. That being said, Bloomberg obviously can't win the primary. He's not going to win the primary. There's no chance. So what's going on here? I believe that Michael Bloomberg is basically trying to prevent Elizabeth Warren or Bernie Sanders from becoming the Democratic nominees, whose policies would directly affect Michael Bloomberg, potentially to the tune of billions of dollars. I'll explain. Bloomberg has said defeating Donald Trump is the most important thing. That's the priority. That's what made him consider running. He believes Trump must be removed. And Tom Steyer, another billionaire who's running, has said that exact same thing. Now, Steyer has a fraction of the money Bloomberg has. Steyer reportedly worth around $1.5 billion. Again, as I said before, Bloomberg worth about $54 billion. And I said about Tom Steyer's candidacy last week after the Democratic debate, if you really want to defeat Trump, don't run yourself. You have no shot. Put the $50 million or however much Tom Steyer says he's willing to spend on his campaign, put that money into defeating Trump by helping somebody else. Put the money into voter registration and into fighting voter suppression. Put it into a huge TV campaign to antagonize Trump and support the eventual Democratic nominee. If Tom Steyer is willing to spend $50 million to defeat Trump, is the point. There are far better and more effective ways to do it than by running himself. Fine. Bloomberg has nearly 50 times the money of Tom Steyer. If Bloomberg wants to hurt Trump, buy Fox News and stop the pro-Trump propaganda. I've mentioned this before. I'm not literally saying buying Fox News. I don't think it's for sale. But the point is, there are ways that Bloomberg can take whatever amount of money he's willing to spend on his campaign. Maybe it's $1 billion of his own money. Who knows? Spend it in other ways that will actually help get rid of Donald Trump, because Bloomberg's not going to win. And that's where we get to the Bernie Warren element of this. If you go to Elizabeth Warren's wealth tax calculator and you put in Michael Bloomberg's net worth, Michael Bloomberg would pay $3.1 billion under Elizabeth Warren's wealth tax. So forget about the $50 million that Tom Steyer is spending. Even if Michael Bloomberg spent $1 billion, it could prevent Warren from winning and save him an additional $2 billion. In theory, anyway. Now, of course, let's be realistic. The wealth tax is not hugely likely to be made law, even if Elizabeth Warren is president. I know that this is sort of taboo to talk about on some slices, among some circles on the left, but a lot of the policies that Bernie and Warren say they want will never be made law. This is just a reality. This is the way that it works. You sort of say what it is that you would like to do, and then you end up having to negotiate on almost all of those issues merely to a fraction of that. So it's very likely that Warren's wealth tax would not be made the law anyway. But there is no question that the policy ideas of Warren and Bernie are a threat to Michael Bloomberg's personal finances. And increasingly, it seems that Bloomberg's goal is run to prevent Warren or Bernie from winning the primary, and likely to keep Joe Biden in the lead. Now, this is logical behavior in a sense if you're Michael Bloomberg. From a personal point of view, it does make sense. There's a practical reality, though, that I think Bloomberg may be ignoring, which is any support Bloomberg can pull from the Democratic primary electorate is more likely to come from Joe Biden and other centrist candidates than from Bernie. It's hard to imagine too many Bernie voters saying, oh, Michael Bloomberg's running, I'm going to switch my vote from Bernie to Bloomberg. Similarly with Elizabeth Warren. It's hard to imagine that. So I think it's a bad plan. I don't think the numbers actually support the idea that Bloomberg can prevent Bernie or Warren from taking the nomination unless he's actually going to proactively go out and spend money on smearing them, which we've not seen yet, but maybe we'll start. But I think it could just muddle things enough that it still could prevent someone like Bernie Sanders or Warren from taking a solid lead in the national Democratic primary, which so far, with the exception of Elizabeth Warren for a few days a month ago, they have been unable to do. It's a calculation that Michael Bloomberg is doing. I think it's the wrong calculation. I think it's a calculation that's bad for the country. But this is what I believe is going on. Let me know what you think. I want to hear from you. What do you believe underlies this Bloomberg candidacy? Because he's not going to win. Is it trying to keep Warren or Bernie from being the nominee? Is it, as some people have emailed me, merely a nearly 80-year-old Bloomberg who sees this as the best opportunity to make a bigger name for himself? He has a lot of money, but maybe not as well known of a celebrity rich dude as he would like to be. Is it merely that? Is it something else? I want to hear from you. Let me know either by leaving a comment on this YouTube channel video, if you're watching on the YouTube channel, or by sending me a tweet at @Pakman. What is Michael Bloomberg really up to deep down here?